Konnichiwa, everyone. Hello, hello. It is Josuiji Shinri, Ronin of Guild Tempest from HOLOSTARS English. It's good to see you all. I hope everyone is having a wonderful morning, afternoon, and evening. I gotta say, I really like seeing the little streamers. If I had known streamer was a emoji, actually I don't, okay, so this reminds me, I went to go check. I don't know if I remember correctly. Was there an emoji? Is the emoji available on Twitter? I don't remember. I think I may be blanking out, but I don't remember seeing it there. But I know it's here on YouTube, and I think it's really cute seeing it. I love the fact that it's a nice little blue and orange. I think I'm a little bit more, just like solidly orange than I am blue. Although I think Axel might be like taking the orange color for me, so I can do fine with yellow. But I love that the color is there, you know? A koi streamer emote eventually. Ooh, like a very a custom one specifically made for us. Yeah, that would be adorable. That'd be very cute. We can think about that. Oh, and that's right. I think how do I say this? Well, yeah. I think Flayon may have listed something on the schedule about something coming up this weekend. So we have please look forward to a little announcement that we have. Oh, on Twitter it's blue and red. Ah, I see. Axel's more tangerine orange and I am more koi orange. Ooh. I can see that. Unfortunately, I don't think there are that many shades of orange, unfortunately. If we could all find like little hearts that were like the perfect hex code, I think, or like the I forget what the other one is. The one where you have the numbers. Wait a minute, have we hit 70k already? Oh my goodness. Thank you. Hex code is right. Okay, the RGB value. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for the 70k. I really appreciate that. I really do. It means a lot to me. Oh, one thing I do remember, I did check last night. Yeah, 100,000 views on Daddy Do. Thank you so much. It was my first cover. Thank you so much for all the support and watching it and sharing it around. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I guess I didn't really talk about this, so maybe we could have a little chat. Oh, thank you for the claps. Thank you. Koi medeto. Oh, that's adorable. Okay. Actually, since we're on the topic, we might as well talk about a little bit about it. Okay. Oh my goodness, that one is really cute. I like that. Oh wow. We're just gonna end up putting the word koi in like just everything. That's what it should have been. Just we should have like gone even harder into the koi motif there. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about recording the cover. So I'm actually not like trained in singing. Most of my like quote unquote singing experience actually comes from simply having a beer or two and then going out with my friends, having a beer or two, and then going to a karaoke lounge and then just having fun there. Axel, good to see you. Did you know kois are edible? No, Axel, back. No eating my koi companions. Fish are friends, not food. Good to see you, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, Axel. Hope you're doing well. We got lots of rest too, by the way. But yeah, I haven't no actual like practice or like professional training. I just like, I don't know. I used to, I say the word commute, but usually it basically just means walking a lot from where I live to go monster hunt. And then in the meantime, to pass the time, I would go ahead and play some music and start singing out loud. And that's really where just all my practice was. So I don't have like actual practice. But that being said, I really did want to push myself. I really did want to try something a little bit more challenging for myself, because I wanted to almost in a way take a nice little snapshot of where I am now. Hey man, it's a start. Altare. Good to see you. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, part of me had said, when I come out of the gates, I want to really take a good inventory of where I am now, where my skills are, where my talents are, how much work I put into just everything that I've worked on so far. And really push myself to do something. So just, you know, it was a little scary because I didn't know how to sing, and I didn't really, so I'm not a good singer in the sense, like, I don't know like pitch. I only know like relative pitch, not like absolute pitch. Like if you tell me, if you play a note, I don't know what it is. Like I wouldn't be able to give you a letter, but like, oh, that's an F note, or that's a A note, or that's a G sharp. I wouldn't be able to do that. My ears are not trained that well. But like when it goes from like moving up and down, like if I hear a note and then I hear like a second note after that goes up and down, I'm like, I can kind of estimate that like gap, and then like imitate it. And a lot of it is just that. It's just copying, it's just imitating. I'm like talking to myself about like, okay, well, did it sound like I hit the high note or the low note? Like, did I move, you know, up and down fast enough? And I have like no sense of actual pitch though. Chad, thank you. I'm reading all the messages. If I don't respond, please don't feel like I've missed it. I try to catch all the ones that I do, but thank you. I know we're only going to be improving on from here, so I am a little bit hopeful, excited, maybe more antsy. Like a little bit restless, I guess. Restless would be a good way to say it. But like a positive restless. I want to do better. I want to keep improving, and seeing how far, you know, the cover itself has reached, you know, the audience it's reached. I want to do more, and I want to do better. And when I listened to it myself, when I first got the mix back, I felt like there was something that was missing, you know? Motivated, ooh, yeah. I guess motivation would just be a good way to just put it, like a broad, you know, a word, just motivation, right? I'm looking for more resources to help me sing, and I'm trying to like practice on my own when I can, but not just, you know, idly singing a song while taking a shower, or maybe like, you know, humming to myself, but instead more focusing deliberately and really trying to get down, you know, the actual mechanics of singing. So yeah, I know Flayon has like a lot of vocal like tips and tricks. So I may ask him how to like practice using my voice even more skillfully. Give me just a moment, chat. I must clear out my throat real quick. There we go. Oh yeah, I have heard the other Tempest boys have been getting vocal coaches to practice more singing. I think that would be really fun. It would be really cool. I can't wait for the future when we are all able to perform for you guys and just sing songs and record more originals and more covers. I think part of me is like really, really excited. Man, maybe we really are idols. Oh my goodness. Like part of me thinks it is how do I frame this? Okay, I'll take it back a little bit. Let's like step back a little bit. Altair had mentioned to me a little bit before debut time actually, to like really strive to push myself. And I don't, and I apologize, Altair, if you're still here, but I don't actually remember the exact words you said, only the feeling that you inspired within me when you told it to me. And it was that this opportunity is such a once in a lifetime and unique chance that I should really be pushing myself to do everything I can while I'm here. And it is just, even if it's scary, even if you're not confident in, even recording your own cover or participating in events or, just doing things that are outside your comfort zone, it would be a shame to get this kind of a chance and only play it safe, because here I really do have a chance to grow and, become a better version of myself for you guys. But, if I just only do what makes me comfortable and I only do what, I feel is safe for me, then I'm not going to give my chance the opportunity to grow, or give myself the opportunity to grow. And then that's a disservice to you guys as viewers and fans and my companions and collectives. So it really did strike a chord in me, and I really do want to get better. And I can't get better unless I know where I am right now. It might be uncomfortable, it might be a little scary, it might be intimidating, but I have to find out for myself where I currently stand. And only then can I start to work on getting better, to figure out where my weaknesses are, where my flaws are, and start to address those directly, So I really want to say thank you to Altair for giving me that mindset and framing it in that way. So even though it's a little scary, I know that in the end, it's going to be for the best. I think it'll be satisfying when the improvement becomes tangible. Right? He does always have a way, like a really nice way to frame things and a really good way to just convey a wonderful motivational message to you. And oh no, he's he's still here. He's still here. No, he just heard me gush about him. Thank you, Altair. Thank you. I'm a little bit embarrassed now. I had expected, just to like drop a single message and then, put the tab away and then go, about his busy day. Everyone scatter, quick, dive into the pond, hide away. No, thank you. Really mean it. It's a very good message and a very good reminder of, you know, this opportunity that has been given to me. Quick, swim away. But yeah, so that was a bit of a tangent. So going back to the main point, like that's why I did the cover, even though I'm not like entirely confident in myself. And to be completely honest, when I listened to myself, when I got the final mix back, I think there was a part of me that was a little bit excited. Just the fact that I could hear the final mix and tell myself like, wow, I did that. Like I did that, you know? But to be completely honest, there was also a part of me in the back of my mind that said, it's not good enough. It's not really, you know, it doesn't have that right oomph, that energy, you know? And I think I know where that, the little gap is, you know, in that perception of myself. I think I know where that gap is from. I think it's because I have spent so much time looking at the products that other creators have created before me, you know, the ones that are like professionally mixed, the ones that have years of practice and years of dedication. And I see a lot of that, you know, on the internet, you know, on the radio, on TV. That's what my exposure has been. So in my mind, there is some kind of a minimum bar for quality. You know, I say quality with like gigantic air quotes if you can't hear it, because it's just it's not necessarily like quality in terms of whether something is objectively good or objectively bad. I think it's more of a subjective, you know, does this sound good to me? Do I like this, right? And when I hear the song Daddy Daddy Do, there's like a feeling and emotion that I hear when you're singing that is like a passion almost that is carried through the vocals. And when I heard myself singing it compared to the original, I felt like something was missing. But I also realized at that point that it's a little unfair of me to make that comparison about myself, you know? Because I don't have that practice. I don't have the years of experience. And realizing that, okay, this just shows me that I can improve. In a way, I almost, maybe what it's saying is that like my tastes, my personal tastes are asking me to hold myself to a higher standard that I know I can get to with enough practice and enough dedication and perseverance. Because I know I can do better. And to be honest, I think a little part of me is a little relieved that I don't think it was that good. I don't think my cover was perfect. Because if I had, I think that may say a little bit too much about myself. You know, like it would be, I'm a little bit too full of myself knowing that, you know, I don't have practice, but, you know, oh, this still sounds amazing, right? But at least, I know, I saw a chat message go by, the self-awareness, you know? Maybe it'll be a lot more palatable, I think, if I got to see, you know, the step one, the first cover of other artists, other singers, you know? You'll do even more amazing things. Oh, Hakka. Aw, thank you. I really appreciate that, man. But yeah, we'll do more amazing things together, right? Together. But going back, it's just, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing that I don't think that my cover is perfect, because my tastes are, the bar for my taste, my preferences, my standards are pretty high, is what I'm getting. And I know I can hold myself to that with enough practice and perseverance. And I don't know, it's a little bit exciting, you know? How would I describe this? Okay, so sorry. As an analogy, right? It would be like if I went and played like Overwatch, right? And I do my competitive placement matches, right? I've seen like really high skilled Overwatch gameplay. I can know like the general like, oh, like that's what it looks like. That's what high gameplay should look like. That's what a skilled player does, you know? And then I play the placement matches myself. And then I end up getting placed in bronze, you know? I don't think it's a bad thing though, because that just says, hey, you know, the truth is this is where you are now, but you have the standards. You have that little part in your mind that says, no, I can be better. This is not what it should be right now, but I know what it should look like. I know what it should look like. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. I know what good gameplay should look like. I know what skilled gameplay should look like, right? You have that little part of your mind that says, I can get better. I can see where I am now and where I should be, where I need to go to, where I have to get to, you know? And just because you place into bronze, you know, or let's say like, I think like Valorant has like iron. Just because you place there as to your first place in matches doesn't mean that's where you will end up. As long as you keep working hard and deliberately improve, you know, your mechanics, your skills, your talents, just piece by piece, you know, one step at a time. I remember a long time ago, there was a streamer, I believe, like Sean Plon, Day 9. I wonder if the name Day 9 rings a bell, but not like Day 9, the Hearthstone player a couple years ago, but Day 9, the StarCraft 2 player. I was watching one of his streams, and he said something that was like very profound and very had a lasting impact on me. That you should always be looking to improve one thing, a single thing each game, and make it a very deliberate choice. And I believe it was in context of playing as Zerg, but with the queens. And the thing was, make sure you get your creep spread timing down. You know, it doesn't matter if you win or lose the game. The actual, like the outcome, the result of the match does not matter. What matters is, were you able to hit every single one of your creep timings? And, oh yeah, and the inject timings, yeah, the larva inject timings, yeah. Because as you keep working on that, it gets better. It becomes an ingrained muscle memory. It becomes a habit. So the next game, you're slightly more prepared in that one aspect. And then you keep this up for games over and over and over again until the point you have just the creep spread down. You know, just the larva inject timings down, right? You just keep working on those, and it's one step at a time. And then 100 games down the line, you'll notice that you're able to get all of those down without even thinking about it, because you've developed that muscle memory, you've developed that habit. And that's kind of where I want to get to. You know, I want to be able to say, all right, this is where I am now. I'm not that good, but I want to keep practicing one single thing, you know? Like so the last time in my last Zatsudan, I talked about how like the koi fish and the Dragon's Gate story, it means a lot. Just like that, you know, every single day, make a little bit of progress. And you want to be specific about the progress, you know? You want to get something that's a very measurable thing. Something you can say, all right, I'm going to remind myself to do this one thing, you know? Like maybe it's, I will go and like, after I cook food, I'm going to clean the dishes immediately after, you know? I'm not going to simply let the dishes pile up in the dishwasher or in the sink and then just let it get all crusty and, you know, or just maybe one of the guild mates here at Guild Tempus, leaves the dishes in the sink and then just pours water in it and says, well, I'm just soaking it and I want to wait for it to finish soaking, when it would be easier to just get the sponge and scrape off all the food while you're there and while it is on your mind, instead of leaving it in the sink for days until it starts to smell funny. Okay. One thing, side note that reminds me, I think the worst smell ever, one of the worst smells ever is dirty dishwasher sponges, because the bacteria grows inside the sponge and then they start to like multiply in there, because you can't really see what's happening on the inside of the sponge, but like, you know, the water soaks in there, the dirty dishwater soaks in there, and then just like it almost like festers inside the sponge. It's really nasty. I think a terrible memory that I had was trying to do dishes, and I went to go grab a sponge and it was already soaking wet, and it's like, oh no, sponges are dirtier than toilet bowls. Oh no. I don't want to think about that. Oh my gosh. So some people microwave a sponge afterwards. Oh, does that really help? So the reason why I don't microwave my sponges afterwards, despite the fact that I've heard something like that, is because then the microwave just smells really bad. You're almost steaming the sponge inside it because you're just heating up the water molecules inside the sponge. And yeah, I don't know. That I did it once, and then I opened it up and then it just smelled really nasty. Okay, so maybe it does help clean out the bacteria, but at the expense of steaming the inside of your microwave with sponge water. Like sponge sauna. Oh. But yeah, you know, even if it's just one thing like that, make sure that you just keep working at it bit by bit, you know, day by day. Vinegar sponge. Oh, so that's the secret. Okay, vinegar first. Better than Bettel's cooking. I took a peek. I took a little gander into his stream last night. By the way, chat, if you do see Bettel, please congratulate him on his successful first stream. Okay. So we were actually working with him afterwards, after both days, to try to figure out exactly what was going on. And I asked him to send me the error log files, because like, you know, something was going on. He told me like he had worked on and checked on everything and worked to make sure that it's all, you know, nice and like all well set. But you know, I really wanted to like dig into like what was really going on, what was causing it, all the problems. Sorry, give me just a moment. I must cough and clear my throat real quick. Apologies for that. So I asked him to send me the log files from OBS, and I was looking through those, and then I found like the error point where the stream was shut down. Like you can just go ahead, like if you see an error log, it's difficult to understand, you can like just Control F and then like type in the word error, or like stream shutting down, or like certain key phrases, just to, like see where things are. So I found the section in the error log file where the stream was shut down, and it was pretty bad. I think almost 65% dropped frames, something like that. And it was like absolutely wild. So I was like, all right, cool. I found where it was. I found where the dropped frames were. And what you do is you want to go scroll up a little bit above, or like into the past, I guess, like chronologically backwards, to see, you know, what happened just before all those dropped frames happened. And then I see the device. And then next to the device, it said Wi-Fi. So I go back to Bettel and I ask him, hey Bettel, does your device by chance have a Wi-Fi connection? And then he goes like, yeah, Shinri does. And I was like, were you trying to stream on that Wi-Fi connection? And then Bettel just goes silent. And then I just point out to him with on the error log, like, by the way, the log that you showed me, it says that OBS is trying to stream by connecting through your Wi-Fi, not through Ethernet. In fact, the word Ethernet does not show up in the logs. It's not present, so it's not even trying to use the Ethernet. So yeah, so that happened, and then if you would like to know a little bit of the context behind that Discord screenshot that Magni shared, where Bettel mentioned that some of the issues were the result of user error, I guess would be the way that he put it. There's a little bit of context there. But yes, I'm really glad that it hasn't fixed, and hopefully we get to see. But going back originally to the main point, I watched a little bit, I bring it up because I watched a little bit of Bettel's stream, and I saw him microwaving shrimp on a skillet, or was it like a wok? I don't know what it was. But then I saw him taking the shrimp very gingerly, very deliberately, placing it on the pan, and then microwaving it. By the way, please do not microwave metal objects. It causes problems. But yeah, I saw it. I saw the shrimp. They just became charcoal. They just became like solid, like completely crispy black, and then just like... Oh my goodness. Okay, and then I had to ask, because I was really confused. During the stream, he was like, oh yeah, you can like bake an onion. And then I was waiting for him to say like, oh, yeah, onions and tomatoes and like, you know, like potatoes or whatever, and this and that, right? But no, he just stopped at onion. And I was really confused. Like, did he just take an onion, apply heat to it, just warm it up, and then eat it straight like that? Like, like, okay, so, oh, I see. Okay, blooming onion. All right, so here's the thing. I know blooming onions, like, they have like a very special tool to like, cut open the onion and then like fan it out, and then they like dunk it into batter, and then they deep fry the whole thing. That's fine. I've seen that. I've seen that before in a few places here in Elysium. But the way that Bettel had described it was to just take an onion, like a whole onion, and then just warm it up. Nothing else. Just heat it, and then just eat the warm onion. So that was a mental imagery I had. It would just warm up an onion and then eat it. And like part of me was like, Bettel, no, not like that. And at the same time, I had to be like, no, that's kind of on brand for him. It's kind of on brand. It checks out, you know, for Bettel. After seeing the salmon-colored tomato soup that he had made, I like, okay, it's let him cook. I don't know if I want to let him cook. That's I've seen some of the things he cooked. It was beige. Because I was looking and I saw it and I was like, wait a minute, is that like, that can't be like a bisque, right? he's on dishwashing duty. I don't know if I would trust him with that either. I worry that we're gonna get the whole mess again with the dishwashers just improperly packed with bowls and plates thrown willy-nilly. By the way, if anything, at the very least, please scrape off any like crusted stains on the dishes. Any crusted stains on the dishes and bowls, and make sure anything that is a deep container, like a cup or a bowl or a deep dish, a deep plate. I forget which one, what one of those two that he was really confused about. Make sure that they are facing upside down, all right? Upside down, because an overwhelming majority, I'm pretty sure all, if I'm not mistaken, save for like industrial kitchen dishwashers, they spray water from below. So you want the hot water and like all the detergents, is that what you call them? Like the soap, the dishwasher soap, to like spray against the bowls, but not collect the bowl and the dirty dishwater, collect it in the bowl, I mean. So yeah, make sure they're all facing downwards. Do people not know this? No. In the nicest way I can put it, there are people who do not know this. You would think that it is common sense by like opening the dishwasher, looking at it and be like, all right, where does the water come out from? All right, it comes from that fan down there below. It's heated and then it just blasts the water. You would think so, but some people genuinely don't understand it. And I don't fault for them, because maybe they just don't understand how like the mechanics of a dishwasher works, you know? It's not one of those things where you would get mad at someone, but you would like kindly explain to them, hey, by the way, this is what a this is how a dishwasher works. You know, it sprays water from below, and you want, you know, the bowls and the dishes to drain out. So make sure they're upside down, you know, just a nice little explanation of how it works, because some people don't understand how things work. They just kind of see it as an appliance, and then mechanically it's a black box. They don't know how it works or what goes on inside it, and you know, sometimes they just miss that little part. So just gotta let them know, right? Some Chads hand wash their dishes. I don't know if this is a common practice here in around the guild and the regions around the areas around the guild hall, but back in Zenokuni, we have more of a, how would I explain this? The dishwasher is used less for washing dishes and more for drying dishes. Back in Zenokuni, we do a lot of it's okay. Yeah, we will keep it closed, and you don't have to worry about it too much. But yeah, over in Zenokuni, we would wash our dishes, and then we would make sure that they're completely clean, because we hand wash them, and then we just use the dishwasher as a drying rack, and then we just let it dry. That's how we do it back then. Because here's the thing though, like, let's be honest, the dishwasher isn't necessarily a dishwasher. It's called a dishwasher, but it's really more of a dish hot water sprayer, you know? We don't really like get that scrubbing action that it takes to like get some of the really dry crusted stains off. So for us back in Zenokuni, it's more peace of mind to manually steam a dirty dish steamer, right? But yeah, oh no, not the soggy fire. It just makes the dishes slightly soggier. But yeah, we have to manually wash them. We have to use our hands to really get it out, because, you know, then you know it's clean, right? Nothing is worse than trying to do your dishes, and then, you know, you put them all in the dishwasher, you run the cycle, and you take them out, and you go to reach the plate, right? And the moment you grab the plate, you feel that slippery feeling, the sensation of oil still slick against the surface of the plate, right? And you're like, no, like, it just feels really gross, because now you don't know. Like now you have that like, you know, sense in your mind, like, oh, now I have to do all the dishes all over again, right? So you have to take every one of the dishes out because you don't know how well the dishwasher cleaned them. Exactly, the little slick feeling of the oil still like caked onto the dishes. This is why I would much rather do the dishes by hand. You open the dishwasher and see me inside with the towel enjoying the sun. Hakka, get out of there. Get out of there. That's no place for a bird. The mental imagery is very cute, though. It's very cute. But yeah, that's why I like hand washing things, because then I know, you know, once I'm done washing it, I can quickly rub my hand across the surface of the bowl or the surface of the plate, you know, and just do a quick little check of verification that like, yes, these are indeed clean and they are clean up to my standards. And I really think that like I've gotten into a habit of like running my hand across a plate just very regularly, because I had a terrible incident a while back of a housemate who would say, not a housemate here in the guild hall, but like previously, like back over in Sidekuni, a housemate who would say, oh yeah, Shinri, that I did the dishes are clean, right? And then I would go to grab a bowl, and then it would be faint, like you wouldn't be able to see it, but like when you put your hand on it, or like when you run your finger against it, you would feel the little crusty bits still caked on, you know? And then you'd be like, wait, is this part of the design of the bowl, or is this? And then you go to flick it, and then you scratch it with your fingernail, and then it just pops off, and you're like, oh no, it's still old crusty food bits. It's crusty food bits. It's still there, right? And I know, like a lot of people call me like the dad or the mom or like the doting parent of like my friend group, but like it was at that point where I was like, no, this is not okay. This is unacceptable. You know what? I forbid you from doing dishes ever again. I will do the dishes every single time because I need to know that they rise to my standards of cleanliness. Because I don't know, like I think, okay, so here's the thing. My personal take is that it's not them being intentionally messy. It's not them being intentional. I don't think they're doing this on purpose, you know? I think maybe, because I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, maybe they just had a very, you know, caring, you know, guardians. Very caring guardians who would do the dishes for them. And maybe they never really got the chance to learn how to do the dishes on their own. Or maybe they never got that experience, or that responsibility was not put on them, right? And I won't fault them for that on the first time. I'll let them know, like, hey, by the way, you know, this is how you should clean the dishes. This is what, you know, they should look like and all that. Like, I'll gladly teach you how to do those, you know? But, you know, my first immediate reaction would not be to assume malice in someone, you know? Maybe inexperience, maybe naivety, but never malice. I once started Pepsi in a dirty dish cup, a dirty cup. Oh no. So I had to drink. I didn't see rude. At least you noticed it though. At least you noticed it, right? But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't put malice or like, just I would. That's not what would register to my mind the first time I see it. Hakka, at least you had the what's the word? At least you were considerate enough to notice it and then not give it to a guest. You know, not give it to someone else. But if they do it repeatedly, yeah. I think because like I don't want to make a judgment about someone based on a single isolated incident, you know. You got to look at their repeated behavior, their patterns, their habits, just who they are as a person over a long period of time, not just one small little moment, you know? I was the guest. No. then you're caught in that little area of like, do I bring this to their attention? Do I bring this to the host's attention and potentially risk embarrassing them? Or like, do I just suck it up and keep quiet and drink from a dirty cup? I don't know what the proper answer there is. I don't know what the correct decision there is. Sorry, Hakka. But if you find out, if you ever know what the way to smoothly transition away from that is, and like at least make sure that the host is aware. If you find out how to do that, please let me know, because I don't know myself. But yeah, that's why I've like gone into the habit of running my hands over all the dishes and plates, because I don't know, your fingers are pretty sensitive. Like the fingertips, no, the finger pads, not the tips, I guess. The place where your fingerprints are, like the little padded bits on their fingers, right? They're pretty sensitive. So you can like run them over the plate real fast, just really rapidly, just back and forth, make little zigzag patterns. And then you can tell, you know, like, oh, there's a small piece of like dried spaghetti or like a tiny piece of rice that's still stuck onto the bowls. And you can like feel that sensation. And then, you know, if it needs to be soaked a bit more, then you can let it soak, spray some hot water over it, or use a stronger abrasive to get it off. But yeah. The finger stains. No, not the food braille. Who said food braille? Someone's out here writing full-on essays and paragraphs using crusty stains to leave little bumps on plates. Oh no. Oh my gosh. The mental imagery, the sensation that I'm having, like just running my hand across, you know, a plate and feeling a message being like, hey Shinri, haha, you get to do the dishes again. But it's in food braille. But yeah. Oh my goodness, it would like, it would activate a part of my mind where like it turns on that like, oh, I have to clean this. I've got to get it. I got to get rid of it. I have like a small stainless steel. It's not a brush. It's like a loofah, I think. Okay, imagine a loofah for a shower. So in the same way that a loofah, you use it on your body to like scrub. This stainless steel like sponge, steel wool. Yeah, oh yeah, it's steel wool. We have that, and then we use it to like scratch through some of the most like caked on and abrasive stuff on there. And like there is a little bit of a like a haha sensation, you know, when you're able to like really get in there, like you get the sponge, right? And then you're wiping it down and the stain doesn't come off, and you're like, maybe this requires something more, right? So you flip the sponge over to the abrasive side, and then you go at it again, and it still doesn't come off, and you're like, all right, time to bring out the big guns. And then you bring out the steel wool, and then you just scrub all of that stain off, and it comes off so smoothly with that. You're like, oh yes. There's like a little bit of me that's like, yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is clean. This is what clean feels like. It's such a good feeling. Oh my goodness, I should go and put like Power Wash Simulator on my schedule at some point in the future, because like, oh, that's gonna be good. That's what dreams are made of. There's something just so satisfying about being able to like get all that gunk off and just do it without like effortlessly, you know? There's just something really nice about that. But yeah, that's why we like to hand wash things, you know? That's why we like to use it, to use our hands to like just wash things and verify that it's all good. And then we put it in the dishwasher, and then we just don't run the dishwasher. We just leave it there. And then they all just kind of hang there on the rack and they dry. And easy peasy, because you know you know they're clean, and you know they're ready to go, and they're all there ready to dry. So the next time you come back, they're just good to go. So you can take them out and toss them into the cupboards or the drawers and organize them neatly afterwards. Hand washing is the best. Yes. I don't know, Chad. So I say this jokingly. You know, if you do this, do not take it personally. But I think people who don't hand wash their dishes and only rely on putting them into a dishwasher, you know, they rely on those like fancy little they're not Tide Pods. I think Tide Pods are for clothes, right? I think they have like Tide Pod like objects, like detergent that you use for dishwashers. I know that specifically. I forget what the color they were, like white and like a little dot, a red dot. I forget what, dishwasher pods, something like that. Yeah, dishwasher pods. I know that some people very heavily rely on those, but I think we can convince them. If you are a person who relies solely on dishwashers and dishwasher pods, I think you are missing out on a world of satisfaction that you get from personally and manually washing your dishes. I'm not going to fault you guys for it. I just think there is a better alternative that will give you that sense of satisfaction when you really do get at it and you're like, I did this. I was able to clean the dishes and I know that they're clean, you know? To be fair, to be completely fair, if let's say you are in a rush, you know, the dishes have piled up and you don't really have the time to get it all done, but you need to get them done, I can understand that. I'll, you know, feel free to use a dishwasher then, you know? But just something about really getting in there and completing it yourself, using your own hands to, you know, get it done. What about those huge commercial dishwashers? I don't know anyone who has those. I used to work with one of those when I worked at a kitchen back in Zinakuni, but I remember those to be very scary because the industrial dishwashers, they're not like the regular dishwashers. The one that we had was like shoved into a corner and it had 2 fans that would spray water, but it would spray them so like the pressure would be immense. We had to stack the bowls and plates in a very particular way, but it was scary. They go hard. Yeah, they do. So the way that we did it, we had these like special racks that we would organize all the dishes and plates and cutlery onto, and then we would slide them into the dishwasher in the corner because like it was a massive machine. You wouldn't be able to simply lift up the plates and everything and just slide them into it. You had to like, you wouldn't be able to like lift up the tray of plates and then just like throw them into it. You had to slide them on this giant rack that would take you from the dishwashing station to the washing machine. And then you had these 2 massive grates that had a handle that you would like slide down, and they would make this like loud crashing noise just because of how heavy they were. And then you would turn on the dishwasher. It would make this like really loud like warning beep, like, hey, the dishwasher is now operational. And then you would hear like the most intense, it sounded like a fire hydrant just blasting water against all the dishes because of how high the pressure was inside the machine. And then you could see like the steam just erupting from the bottom of the grates because of how much pressure there was. And I remember being very scared about that because it was very hot. Like the steam was incredibly hot. And I did get sprayed with a little bit because we didn't close the grates completely. So it did like, it didn't burn. I wasn't hurt. It was just startling at the moment. So those are very intense. Those are a completely separate story. If you have one of those at home, please stop sleeping in the kitchen of the guild hall. Please go back home. I don't know anyone who has an industrial sized kitchen cleaner or dishwasher in their homes. But yeah, those are a completely different story. I think they're definitely they have the pressure really to clean out some of the gunk on the dishes and plates. So those I trust to be able to clean those out. Clearly Tempest does, right? What if I live in the dishwasher? No, please, not inside the dishwasher. Actually, on that note, chat, please do read the manuals of your dishwashers. One thing that I know a lot of people forget is that the gunky water that comes after dishwashing has to go somewhere. It doesn't just magically disappear. At the bottom, at the base of almost every single dishwasher is usually a drain, and that drain usually has some kind of a filter. So please make sure you double check that every now and then and clean out the filter, because that one also gets clogged up. I think some people may have had the experience of dishwashing only to open up the door and see that there's like a nasty pool of stagnant dishwater just sitting there. It's because the filter has gotten clogged up. So always, double check, make sure that you know how to operate the dishwasher. And one of those steps is to clean out the filter. Check them every few months. Yeah, you don't really have to clean them too much. If you make sure like like you shouldn't be putting in a full pot with leftovers still in there. You want to make sure you get as much of the food stuff, the food, bits and particles out first, and then get rid of them in the disposal or in the trash. And then whatever's left over on the dishes and plates should just be the stains that are stuck to it, So ideally, there should not be that much stuff stuck inside the filter. But, it's always good to check, maybe once every 2 months or so. I've not really had the need to check it more than that. Sounds like too much work. I'll stick to hand washing. Honestly, I think I will too. I think I'll stick with hand washing too. I feel comfortable, and it does give me a little sense of just personal satisfaction and achievement to be able to wash the dishes on my own. No. Oh gosh, there it is. Okay, chat. Has it really been an hour already? I feel like we just started. Darn it. No. Okay, wait. Well, okay. To be fair, I think I streamed like a total of 3 hours yesterday. I'd had the 1 hour, the Zatsudan in the morning. And then I kind of cheated by streaming a collab with Hakka. So I guess. I guess this is fine. We'll go and call it today so that I don't risk getting bonked for going over too much. But please do check out later. In about 11 hours from now, we do have another stream called Within Skelly. Within Scary. It's another horror game. It's supposed to be short. The websites, the time to beat websites tell me it's about 50 minutes. So hopefully I should be able to finish the game within the hour and give us some time to discuss maybe the lore about the game that we have, that we play through. So hopefully we are able to wrap that all up later on this evening. Fingers crossed for no more game-breaking glitches that cause us to restart the whole progress again. But yeah, what do I have? I don't know. I think that's it. I don't have any real announcements anymore. But yeah, the only thing I can please check out Hakka's original. I'll keep plugging it for him because it's such a good song. I think that one passed 100k views as well. So please continue to support my boy Hakka. And other than that, I think we're done. Wait, let me go see if anyone is currently streaming and see if we can figure out who to send off a little redirect to. I will say, I keep wanting to say the word raid. Let me see. Who is currently streaming? Does not look like anyone is streaming at the moment. Okay, maybe we can at least send you off into the waiting room for Mikey's stream. Or wait, is Oh, those are scheduled posts, not yet. Okay, we'll send you off on a little break to Lucky Chance stream. All right, here we go. And everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. Had a wonderful talk. Thank you for letting me ramble about dishwashers for so long. But I will see you all later in a couple of hours. So please have a wonderful day. Get lots of rest. Stretch around. Wiggle a bit. Don't stay sitting too long. And see you next time. Koyasumi. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.